going to cover a topic which we get quite a few questions about, and that is to do with printing reports. So I have a design here. It's got 4 grids, and if we do a print preview and use the default grid, which is short, we get various pages, but we only get the first grid in the set, and we don't get any more. So there's a couple of ways that we can deal with this. The obvious way to do it is to use one of the templates that's built into Lighting Reality, multi-grid short, which will give you a title page, and so we get the title page, we get the layout page here, which talks about grids, which shows you the luminaires that are involved in the design, and so on and so forth, and the X and Y coordinates for all the columns, and then we get 1 page per report, which is normally adequate for most design processes. We can turn the blue masking off up there. I'm just going to turn that to hide. So we get 1 page per report, which is fine. We also have a multi-grid long, which will give you 3 pages per grid, so I'll get my contours and quality figures, grayscale and quality figures, and lastly results and quality figures. But what I wanted to do was talk about how we actually go through setting that up, so you can set up your own templates and so on. So first thing we do is we go to preview and show and look at whatever we're getting. If we go to report setup here, we can modify whatever's included in here. I'm just going to go turn some of this off. So it may well be that you want a layout page, and that's the only thing that you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that, and I'm just going to call that layout. So you can see now it appears over here on the right hand side, and also in the top toolbar of the print preview, so I can just go through and select that, and so on. Another alternative would be to set your own grid up. Let's say, for example, you want to go with a horizontal grid with grid 2, a horizontal grid with grid 3, a horizontal grid with grid 4, and so on. Horizontal grid, and then with oh, can't do that, so let's turn that back off again. We can choose the title page here, which is the one you can see just behind. The layout page I've already talked about, and then we can choose the LCS diagram, the Cartesian curve, and the polar curve as an option as well. So let's just go through and see what those actually are. So for the polar curve we get 2 per page. So I've used 5 different fittings in here. If we'd have done the Cartesian curve, you can see we get that as an alternative, and plan C is the LCS diagram, which comes out of the IES standards, which I think is quite useful, shows you various bits of information. So if that sets up what you actually want, let's say we'll go back to polar curve, and I can save that, and I can call that default for grid template. Select save, and as you can see, the default spelt wrong is shown in the grid there. So that is how we set up the reports in Outdoor. Thank you very much for listening. If you have anything else you want me to talk about, please drop an email to support@lightingreality.com, or tweet me at nicksmith1246. Thank you.